All right, everyone. We are here for the Okanagan Bass Challenge. We have Mr. Carl Ball, hopefully on the line. We've been dealing with a little bit of technical audio glitches. You get to see him. You might not get to hear him. We'll see. Randy, evening. Can you hear us, Carl? Can you talk, Carl?
Let's try. How's that?
Oh, that's good. And you even set off fireworks.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
I don't know. That's pretty cool. No, it doesn't work for me. I can't set off fireworks. Too bad. So one time show. You're a one trick pony, my friend.
What if I do?
Don't move the phone. And we lost your audio again. Did you mute us?
Yeah, I did. Now, how's that?
That's better. Yeah, we can hear you
Oh,
when you're not muted.
sweet.
Excellent. So whereabouts are you on your trip down there, Carl?
Barrier.
Oh, you're in Barrier.
I'm
Nice.
about 60 clicks from Kamloops. I was trying to make Kamloops, thinking I could pull into the Walmart or something and have some service there, but didn't quite make it.
Well, that's good. This is better now than it was earlier when we were chatting. So
Yeah,
great.
Sure.
So for anybody who tuned in earlier, Manitoba has thrown the gauntlet down again. So they want to. The challenge is on. We might have to look at some kind of a handicap for BC, because I think they've got a lot more people going to fish than BC does. So we might have to do some kind of handicap for this. Derek's tuned in. Manitoba Strong. He's already throwing shade at you. New director on the trail, and he's throwing shade.
I'm not sure who you said we're gonna handicap, because I don't know how many are going to Manitoba, but I looked at the app earlier and I only had 5 for Vasaw.
Yeah, we'll have to look at and see what we can do to make it a little bit more realistic. I'm pretty sure they got more than 5 people going out to Manitoba, so maybe we'll do an average over all anglers or something. We'll figure it out to make it fair to everybody.
Yeah, we'll see what we can figure out.
All right. So what would you like to talk about your derby? What do you want to talk about first?
So yeah, I just reviewed the rules yesterday because I've been driving all day today, so it was yesterday. There's a couple things in there that are kind of specific to this tournament that are a little different from some of our other ones. Fish's mouth's got to be closed and all the way up against the fence, or you'll get a penalty. So if fish's mouth is open, it'll be a 1-inch penalty. That's kind of how a lot of the Americans do their bass tournaments and stuff. So that's kind of why I threw it in there. And we don't have a size limit, so we're looking for 5 perch, 3 largemouth, and 3 smallmouth bass. So hopefully everybody's really good at IDing their smallmouth and their largemouth this year. And so a total of 11 fish. And yeah, so no size limit. There's no minimum specified for the tournament. So anything you can catch and get on the board is going to count towards your total.
That'll be good. So that means you guys can catch 30 bass. So you better step up your game.
Yeah, we can catch as small as we need to, and they still count towards the thing. So 3, let's say 3 smallies. If you can only find 3 smallies, if you get 2 or 3 good decent sized smallmouth, then go after the perch, knock out 5 perch, even if they're each 6 inches long. That's 30 inches towards your total. So that's kind of, you got to play the game a little bit, right?
Absolutely. So first here, let me get rid of my video and I will bring up our map of Vaso Lake here for everybody. So I'm sure everybody that's going knows where it's at. We are south, so you're almost halfway between Okanagan Falls and Oliver.
Yep.
Uh, the launch point will be down at the south end of the lake. If you come down to where Vaso Lake Resort is, and as you come down Sundial Road, I'll zoom in here. This is Sundial Road. You've got Lakeshore Manor. There is a boat launch right in here, and that's where you guys will all be launching from for the Derby on Saturday. Now, you are not allowed to fish the lagoons up on the north end.
That's on the close end. That's real close to where we are.
Oh, sorry, yes, the south end.
Yeah.
Yes, so the lagoons are down here. I was thinking it was the inlet up top. So,
Yep.
where this you can kind of see, if you look at a Google map, you'll see almost like a road that comes down on each side. That's your cutoff point. So point to point across here, you're not allowed to fish down into there, into the lagoons. So please make sure you're cognizant of it. And up on the north end as well, once you get up, you can kind of see the outline of where the lake actually is listed. You've got to stay out of the river up there. You can only go down to the end of the lake. So please just be sure about that.
Yep, they've got a river closure till the end of June, so I'm kind of thinking maybe next year or in the future we'll move the date up a little bit so we can fish those lagoons or into the rivers a little bit. I know a lot of people are interested in doing that, but the way the rules are laid out, I'm pretty sure, anyways, the rivers are closed until July 1st.
So what rules have you got in place? Obviously, it's the same as any of our other events. We are a catch photo release.
Yep.
We've got barbless hooks. You must be wearing a PFD while you're on the water. It must be zipped up.
Yep.
Your fish pitchers, bump board perpendicular to your kayak, belly to belly pitchers, mouth closed against the hard nose of the ruler.
Yep. Against the fence. Yep.
Yeah, against your fence. I'm just trying to think if there was anything else.
Make sure you got the code. I got a stack of cards. I got the little label printer. I've got like a real narrow tip, fine tip Sharpie as well, if you just want to write your name. I got the
Armbands.
Yeah, got armbands. What do you call it? The waivers. I got
Waivers.
the waivers. If you haven't signed a waiver yet, so I got a stack of those with me. And you know what I forgot? I don't have anything to stand in for the checks. I'll see if I can find something tomorrow that we can use to make the photoshopping easier. But yeah, I forgot to look for a piece of chloroplast from home here.
Hey, Carl, just get everybody to kind of hold their hands down low in front of them like this, and then I'll just Photoshop a check over top of their hands across their chest. So
okay.
Or whatever you guys come up with how you're gonna hold your hands, and I'll Photoshop a check, whether it looks like you're spinning it like the Little Caesars guy or whatever. We'll have some fun with it.
Sure. Yeah. Can it be a gift? The guy spinning it?
Yeah, exactly. So for everybody, you're going to check in and check out with Carl. So before you hit the water, you need to speak to Carl, make sure he knows you're going on the water. When you get off the water, you need to let Carl know as well, so that he is aware that you are not out on the water at that time.
Yeah, last year I let everybody kind of launch from wherever, and looking at that in review, I want everyone to meet and launch from the same point, because then I know what craft you're in. We've got some rules regarding what kind of craft everyone's got to be in, and this is a kayak fishing tournament, so we do allow, canoes and a couple other different watercraft, but outside the realm of kayaks, canoes, and that kind of stuff, this isn't a rowboat tournament. It's not a John boat tournament. Those things exist, and we've allowed them in some of our other tournaments, but not for this one. We've got a couple of rules about what watercraft we got to be in, and also it's a no motor lake, so you can't even have your motor on your boat when you launch for this one. So, and the other thing too is, there was last year there was a young guy with his dad. I think they were in a canoe. At the end of the day, the wind kicked up real bad, and I know Rindy had trouble getting off the water at the end of the day because he pulled his drive up because it was shallow, and the wind was pushing him back. And I still did not know if those guys got off the water. So they kind of gave up and said they were done. I think I did eventually get a text from them, but I had a bump board and some other stuff that I was going to give to the young guy, because we always have something for our youth anglers, but they never came to the wrap up. So honestly, I did not know whether or not they got off the water safely at the end of the day. I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did, because when I went for a drive after, I was looking there was no cars left there. There was no trucks or cars or anything. But if I'd known, I wouldn't have had to go and scout around and, try and look for somebody that might be lost on the lake. So
yeah, exactly. So we need to check out. I had something that I was going to mention, and then I lost it.
Sorry.
So we're using the app.
Yep.
So make sure your fish are submitted in the app. As we tell everybody, when you get your fish on the board, make sure your identifier tag is in the picture that we can see the identifier code. Snap like 3 pictures with your phone quick. Take your fish, put it in your net, sit on the handle, leave your net in the water. Look at your pictures. Make sure that the fish's mouth is closed. Make sure that it's right at the start of the bump board, that the numbers are visible, that your angler tag's visible. Make sure that you've got a picture that you can submit. Once you've got that, then you can release the fish. Go through and find the one picture that you're going to keep. Delete the other ones. And then what I always tell people is take a picture of like your fish finder or something, so that there's a clear distinction for yourself when you're separating those fish. Again, they've always got to be belly to belly with those fish, just so that it's always the same side we're looking at for the markings. So when you do that, upload your fish, then you're great. You can move on. But I always tell people, by having that one in there, if something happens and it's getting close to the end of the day and you realize that one picture didn't upload, you can go back and look at which one it was by the time. So myself, I usually take a picture of my sonar, because then it'll show me the time. So I can look at the last one or the first one that shows that time was submitted, or the second or the third, whatever one I'm looking at, and I can find that submitted time and go, okay, I know which fish is missing. I can go in and I can grab that picture and upload it. So just something like that it works really good. Take a picture of your watch, anything. It just allows you to have that time frame of when that fish is submitted.
Yep. That's a good trick with the time on your watch or your sonar, and just so last year we had a bit of issue because there was not good service on the lake. I ended up about 3:30. I went and got off the water, went and submitted my pictures, and then by the time I got back to the launch and back on the water, that's when that storm blew in. I just got back onto my spot that I was hoping to fish, and the storm blew in and it shut me down. So I will be lenient this year. I think if everybody fishes till 5, then we can go and do our, get to shore. If we have to drive up to the next launch or up to the campground or whatever to get your pictures in, and then meet back at the original launch kind of thing. We can leave I think we usually leave till 6 o'clock for the, just in case we're having technical difficulties with the fish being submitted there. And we'll get them all figured out. But I felt like it was a detriment to me of getting off the water earlier because that storm blew in. So put your fish back in the net. Look at your photos on your phone or wherever. Well, everybody's using their phone because it's going through the app. So I hope you're not taking it on a camera. Surely not something that needs film developing anyways. And then before you let that fish out of the net, have a look, make sure you've got one that's really good. Maybe favorite it in your list of photos, whatever, and then you can, release or post your photos when you're in the truck, so you've got power. You don't have to worry about your phone battery dying, that kind of thing. or if you have to go for a drive up the road a little bit to get service, that kind of thing. So, yep.
Well, they're after you.
Yeah, they are. Oh, it's an ambulance. They're not. Maybe they're looking for an organ donor.
They're on their way to Manitoba to pick up the people that are going to be crying when they lose the Derby this year. To you guys,
you guys, bass fish. Like, don't get me wrong, I love fishing for bass, throwing. What's that, Brad? Z-Man stuff, the Laztec, small stuff on like real small jigs and stuff. It's so much fun to me. When I was in Kansas, I just loved doing that. I got a light rod that's like a 7-foot light rod, and it's just a blast. I love doing it, but I'm not very good at it. I'll catch the small ones. I don't seem to catch the big ones. At least, definitely not on game day. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sure everyone will do good. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to have a meeting with Rindy and Dean and sit down and strategize. And maybe Friday, if we get a chance, we'll work the lake a little bit to find some spots together to see if we can't drum up some numbers. But it's not going to be on this guy that wins it. This challenge, I'll tell you that.
No, you organized it. You don't have to win it. That's the deal.
It's kind of. I always wonder if it's bad style to win the derbies that you organize. So I haven't had to face that situation yet.
No, same here. I do that on purpose. Yeah, that's what it is. I purposely don't place first or second place because I just feel it would be wrong.
I just never have. No. I enjoy myself. I love doing it, but I'm not that good of a fisherman. I need to spend more time on the water.
Yeah.
Less time driving, more time on the water.
So for everybody too, if the weather does start turning, please make your way back down towards the launch. Last thing we want is the weather to go bad and somebody to be up on the northwest of the lake and get turtled or something. It's a long ways to get all the way back, to get a vehicle to drive all the way around the lake to come help you out. So,
you know what, if you guys do find you're in that situation, if you're getting, it's getting near the end of the day and you're stranded, you're up by the other end or whatever, and you need to get back because your car's at the end or whatever, I'll just call me, 780-834-8675. You guys get hold of me, and I'll bring the van around, and I can give you a ride, and we can throw your kayak in the. And I don't think anybody's got longer than a 14-foot kayak. We should be able to make it work to slide it in the van and get you back over to the other launch if you find that the weather kicked up and you're stranded.
Yeah, and if you see somebody out there struggling with a fish or with anything, please give them that little bit of help. It'll be greatly appreciated. We don't frown upon that at all. We love to see you guys help each other. If somebody's got a big bass and they need hands holding it down for them, you can absolutely help them hold it down. Just make sure that they have your identifier on their hand and give it back before they take off, because then you're not going to be able to score any more fish.
Yep. So I do have a few extra bump boards. I have an extra net in case anybody needs one, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we should be good. I hope we got everything we need. Last year we had a guy that was already fishing on the lake. I thought he was one of ours. He was in a kayak, and I started talking to him and said, "Hey, where's your PFD?" And that's when I realized he wasn't in our tournament. So he had a PFD. He would have joined our tournament, but he didn't have a bump board, and I'd already loaned out the one I had. So I've got a couple this year. So hopefully, if there's any last-minute guys that don't have a bump board, or somebody forgets theirs or whatever, I've got a couple extras.
Yeah. Do you need Rindy to grab anything, Carl?
I don't think so. The checks we're good with. If we're just going to Photoshop them, we'll just hold our hands. However, we'll see if we can get creative somehow. And I'm going to rip into Washington tomorrow and then hit the lake to fish a little bit. I got a couple packages waiting for me in at the post office box there, and then I'll come to the lake on my way back and fish a little bit, and then I'll look for those guys. I don't know if Rindy or Dean are down there yet already. Figured I'd talk to those guys tomorrow a little bit, and maybe we can get together and strategize a bit.
Yeah, but, Rindy just wrote he's leaving at midnight.
Oh, okay. So I might see him tomorrow then, or I might see him Friday.
Perfect. Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Go out there, catch a bunch of bass, and try and take the championship for 2024. Make it the BC Bass Champions instead of the Manitoba Bass Champions.
Yeah, I'm hoping a couple of local guys will come, because we had the one local guy won last year, and I think he's a really good stick, and he's a local guy. I think he guides out there or something. I know he was in the he was doing the SummerSlam last year. I think he's in it this year again. But yeah, I'm hoping some local guys will have some time to join us as well. Oh no.
We can still hear you.
Oh, okay. Something popped up on my screen that I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if something quit.
But, yeah, and with that, you guys, if somebody's watching, or you're watching and you know somebody that wants to enter, they have until like the Friday night type thing. They can still enter, and they just send their payment off to westcankayaktrail@gmail.com, and you can get them in. So find all your friends, get them out there, and get 100 people out on the water for this thing. Make it a huge pot and kick the crap out of Manitoba.
That'd be, I mean, winning
some money would be sweet. It just popped up with thumbs for you, dude. Yeah, hey, and now there's your fireworks again.
And I got thumbs up.
What?
I don't know how it's doing that, but
I don't know. It's got to be. What kind of phone are you using?
iPhone.
Oh, that must be it. We'll have to, next time somebody's using an iPhone, we'll try and get them to do the thumbs up, because when I do it, I just get wah wah wah.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be great to win some money, and then it'd be even better to make sure Manitoba doesn't sweep it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and I think with 5, I just got to think. I don't even know with 5 people. I don't even think I think we're just hitting expenses.
Yep.
So let me just look and see here. Yeah, at five anglers, we just pay for expenses by the time we pay insurance and licensing and everything. So, right. But we do have some amazing prizes on the table from Luz and from a couple other sponsors. So it's always a great time at the fishing derbies.
Yep. Yeah, we got a really nice trophy this year that for the winner to take home. And I usually place in the middle of the pack, but if there's only 5 of us, that puts me in like 3rd place. So I'm kind of happy about that, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, got a Luz rod in the back of the van. I got some G-Bus lures. What else do I got? I've got a tackle pack from another tackle sponsor, I think. Getting Hooked. And I've been trying to track down those little coolers. I really like those little zipperless coolers that I was getting for prizes before, and for some reason Walmart has stopped carrying them around here. And I saw them on Walmart.com, and they won't ship them to my address in Washington. So I think they just work so slick, and they sit right behind your seat. So I thought they were a great prize, but I want to customize them a little bit, maybe, so that they got the logo on them or something. And but I just haven't been able to get my hands on them for this year.
Well, I know we've got prizes for at least 3 to 4 of the anglers, probably all 5, maybe. So I can't remember what all you had. There's the Luz rod, there's the G-Bus lures.
Yeah, I've got a pack I've got that nice trophy.
The trophy goes for 1st place. who also wins one of the prizes.
I can't reach it. Okay, maybe I can.
Was there any of the other stuff that I sent off with you?
I don't remember what else was sent off with me.
I can't remember. We had some straps. We had some Bass Pro.
Yeah, those went at Buffalo.
At Buffalo, okay.
Yeah. But like I said, I'll be in town or around. There's a Walmart in Penticton, and there's a Canadian Tire, and there's if I got some time, I'll maybe rip down to Omak. There's a North 40, I think it's called. Nice fish. There's a kind of hardware and fishing stuff kind of place. So
yeah. Well, you guys have the advantage for the challenge because you have largemouth. So
yep. I don't know how many were actually caught last year though.
There wasn't many. So you guys really need to pull up your socks and group together. And if you catch largemouth, you need to get the whole group out there so that you guys can take you guys can take bragging rights for 24.
Yeah, and or find some really good smallmouth, because I've caught 16 or 19 smallmouth once a couple years ago out of there, just by fluke, right in front of kind of the one launch, and where it gets deep fast. And if I got some time, I think there's some really big fat carp in there too that would make.
There's big carp. When I was growing up, we used to go down to Vaso Lake, and it's kind of a go-to for people for bow fishing for carp. There was some good carp in there, so
yep,
you guys could catch some carp for SummerSlam out of there.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. I caught a mountain whitefish one time there, trolling like a bottom bouncer and I think a wire worm, or maybe like a Berkeley worm kind of thing, and just a small piece of earthworm. And that, so yeah, more points for SummerSlam if you catch one of those, or the kind of where the deep channel is a little bit. Yeah.
No, well, you guys are gonna have fun. If anybody's got any questions, you can reach out to the Trail Facebook page. Either Carl will answer it there, or we'll answer it for him if we can, or we'll get hold of him, get him to get hold of you. Again, the launch is right next to that Lakeshore Manor on the south end of the lake. So you launch from there, you come back to there. You can't hit the water until no lines in the water till 6 o'clock. So Carl needs to be there to see you hit the water, and you need to be off the water at 5. And then I've already asked Carl that Taryn leaves the submission open until 6 for the app.
Perfect. Yep. Just in case we have to drive a little bit. So yeah, we'll try to do our best to fish right till 5, and this weather permitting, obviously. And then now we won't lose any fishing time to have to submit fish picks. So
yeah, and then if you guys get them submitted right away, great. You can hop right onto awards right away. Or if you guys need to find somewhere better, you guys give her.
Yep, absolutely.
And we got Gord. Gord is saying good luck all, because he's a
thanks, Gord.
He's a Western Canada trader and went to Manitoba. So
yeah, that's okay.
Wow.
That's okay, Gord.
Gord also took a nice long holiday, so he's doing bass fishing, and then he's doing pike fishing, then he's doing coulee. So he took a nice long holiday to make sure he hits everything. So
nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Saskatchewan here in a little bit and visit some relatives and hit coulee, the Coulee Classic, and then I got the next weekend after that. I got the Lesser Slave Lake. We got the Northern Boreal, and then I think I'm going to take that week and maybe go see what I can catch on Great Slave Lake.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
And then after that we've got Cold Lake. So
yeah. And right after Cold Lake, we're coming back to BC to visit Shannon's folks, because I'm just ripping down and ripping back this weekend. So she wants to come visit her folks for a couple weeks. So far, I haven't convinced her to drive the van and let me bring a couple kayaks.
Well, you got lots of time. Put a trailer hitch on her car and get a little trailer, and away you go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you guys. I wish you all the best, and I can't wait to see some pictures. Have fun.
Yep,
Drive safe
absolutely.
for the rest of your drive, Carl.
Yep.
And good luck to all you anglers out there.
Yep. Good luck, you guys in Manitoba. I'm sure you guys will catch lots, and just hopefully we can find them here in BC too.
You betcha. Good luck to everybody competing this weekend.